Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited to bring to you today 7 action steps about this wonderful book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People from Stephen R. Covey. We had a great discussion in the last Tea Time talk about this book, and it was so clear that these values and these principles that he talks about in this book are fundamental principles of life, and they come again and again in so many different religions and in different cultures, in different nuances, but they are there and they are present. So I'm really excited to bring to you a short version of our discussion and how we can actually practice those in the everyday life. So here we go. Habit number 1 is being proactive. Being proactive is all about seeing the situation as it is, taking your own responsibilities and really realizing what possibilities you have in that situation. So what is the circle of influence you actually have? Because like the Stoics say, there is no need to worry about the things you cannot change, because it's actually just lost energy that you could be using to actually change the things you can. And it's really important to understand in your own life situation, what are your options, with what aspects can you actually do some things, and what are the aspects that are out of your control, or where do you want to also increase your circle of influence, because being proactive can actually result in that situation. Success habit number 2 is beginning with the end in mind. This is all about having a clear vision of your future, a clear goal to work towards, and really understanding what your own values are that you want to live by. Because like he describes, everyone should have a clear mission statement, which are kind of a set of principles that you can evaluate every situation by, that helps you to take the right decision you will be happy about also in the future. You know, these people who are super calm in very stressful and very difficult situations, when they actually understand their own values and their power, they can just move and navigate through life in a completely different way than if you're not as clear. Success habit number 3 is put first things first. The age-old story about time management. And like all of us know, we often end up in the urgent but not important quadrant and just stress about our day, not having this vision in mind about where we're going, and really taking a focus on the things that will help us in the end of the year and not just the end of the day or the end of the week. So it's all about having a clear vision and having a plan to get there and putting the focus on where it needs to be to change or improve your situation. This next habit is number 4, is think win-win. The world would be another place if we had more win-win agreements, if we would take the time to actually understand each other's values and principles and what we actually need to create an optimal situation for all of us. And this has never been as important as today in the global situation. Success habit number 5 is actually the prerequisite to establishing win-win agreements, because we want to listen to understand. Too often we are in a hurry and just want to fix the other person's problem, so we give them all this advice which they didn't ask for, and we kind of just listen with the intent to respond, but we don't actually take a moment to just be and have an open ear and respect the reflection that the person is actually going through in that moment. So the habit of listening is something I think all of us can improve on and can learn until the end of our days. The habit number 6 is synergize. If you ever experience synergy, I think it's just magic, because this is when collaboration of two people is taken to the next level. Personal flow state in activities are beautiful, but when you can really step into synergy in this flow state in a group of people, in a team where all of you know their value to the team, know their personal strengths and weaknesses, and respect each of the elements, each of the people in the team, and can really work together towards a clear goal, this is just amazing. And you can kind of understand his example of where he says 1 + 1 does no longer need to equal 2, it can equal 10, 100 or 1,000. It's just fascinating what can be done when human minds really work together without all of this prejudice and limitations where we kind of don't show up with our real self. Number 7 is sharpen the soul. We are our own golden gooses. When we don't look after ourselves and take care of our health and our relaxation time, we burn out. This is something we see more and more in today's economy. It's a phenomenon of depression and burnout we see all over the place, and this is not helping. When we kill the golden goose, like the parable says, efficiency is gone, because you need this P and PC balance to actually be creative. These times when you're under the shower or walking outside with your dog and you have the great idea. This needs this type of disconnected relaxation to actually engage in that type of creative thinking. So we should really think about what coping mechanisms we have, and when we actually engage in numbing, a very common problem that I'm sure all of us know, be it sugar, be it just always listening to some other video or reading on your screen, or be it alcohol or any other type of numbing that unfortunately are very common in today's society. I want to close with a quote from Viktor Frankl that Stephen R. Covey always refers to in this book, which is breaking down this consciousness about our own emotions. We are emotional beings, so let's accept and listen to our own emotions, but start to control our reactions instead of wanting to just push down the emotions, because they actually give us much information. So between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. If we truly focus on that and understand that we can frame things differently, we don't have to be a victim of our situation, but we can be proactive and actually move towards our goal, even in the worst scenario, like Viktor Frankl has experienced the concentration camps in World War II. He actually is the living proof of really changing this response and reframing the situation. So to close off the summary of the different habits, the whole concept is framed from moving to from dependence, like we are as children, where we really depend on other people, but then also when we get older and think we need to be so well liked and everything, so we always mirror everything through how people view us and not through our own values. This is the process from dependent to independence, and only if you're independent and know yourself, know your strengths, your weaknesses, and take your own responsibility, can you step into interdependence, which is then the true synergy, the true win-win situations you can create the magic of life by, that we all hope for. And of course, this habit number 7 is omnipresent, because if we don't function, if we don't care about ourselves, the whole system breaks down. I want to close off with the invitation to our next tea time talk. I am trying to practice all these wonderful success habits in a way that we read different business and success books to kind of practice the habits and practice the wisdom we learn from all these great thinkers of our time, and really want to apply it in everyday life, because too often we just consume this and then forget about it, whereas we could actually implement all of these wonderful habits and wisdoms in our everyday life. And this is why the next Tea Time Talk is about the book Building a StoryBrand by Donald Miller, which is a fantastic concept he built out to understand our mental process of understanding story and of understanding different problems that can be solved, that can be used to actually sell your products or sell your ideas, or actually just convince your child to clean his room, or any social situation. Actually, we are always using story, and we are always trying to convince someone of something. So have a wonderful day. I try to convince you to join us on the next Tea Time Talk. Send me an email if I can send you the invitation, and I wish you a wonderful time. Enjoy the springtime and take care. Bye bye.